Yeah. So yeah, what happened in Varanasi? What brought you there?
Well, I was actually on the way to Sikkim, which is a village near the border of Tibet, what used to be Tibet. I was working on a film with about a lama, Bonpo Lama, which is what Buddhism came out of. And we had an extra day before we needed to be there. So we went to Varanasi.
Mhm.
And I wasn't, we weren't seeking anything, but we ended up going down to the Ganges River. And my first, it was overwhelming because at first, we were just only seeing the little kids begging for money, for food, and um, it was only the second day I was really able to like see the beauty of Varanasi and the people, and it wasn't looking beyond the begging, but it was seeing the history uh, and just being present in this really incredible energy. Also, the person I was traveling with, which was a man that I was dating at the time, two of the people, one I was dating, and he had gone to see a fortune teller while I was out looking at places to film for our film. And he's like, "You've got to come back, and this fortune teller has a fortune for you, and so go back." And this man who didn't speak English, and somebody was translating, but he kept asking me, he said, "Do you know Goldie Hawn? You know Goldie Hawn, who's an American actress?" And he's like, showed me a picture of him with Goldie Hawn, and assumed because I'm from America, I knew her too. But he actually told us, that with my friend that was there, who was my boyfriend at the time, that we had, in a past life been together, and my father, or broke us apart, and we were meant to be there on that day to be joined and to get married. And that so he said, today you are meant to get married. And I'm thinking, I hardly know this man, we've only been dating 6 months, but it was so we didn't get married that day, but it was interesting because these are all things that I'm writing about in my book right now, Chasing Temples, because even though I didn't know it at the time, I was chasing kind of all of the parts of me that had been lost along the way in my life when I hadn't spoke up for myself or hadn't shared my truth in the moment. So I can't wait to return to India. So I'm looking forward to the reading today.
So today, however, I am sitting in Tiruvannamalai. So basically, this is uh, there is one Maharshi. His name was Ramana, Arunachala Ramana.
Yeah.
So what he does is like he went into the forest thinking, "Who am I?" So this was the one of the important question which is being arised on him. So he thought into different layer of analysis, the introspection which goes beyond the thought, no? Who am I? What am I? Whether I am the body, whether I am body, like that. He thought of who am I, and he sat here from the age of 16 till he died. Yeah, he says that is the only spiritual practice you need, and he given that to people to chant who am I, who am I. However, this place is believed as the place where the Shiva consciousness is too much. uh, After, what is mean by Shiva consciousness, like,
Shiva consciousness.
yeah, so here this place is basically too much into Shiva consciousness, and yeah, that is the place today I am. Last time when we spoke, I was in Bangalore. Uh, So that was very little bit cold weather here. Today it is hot weather because I changed the place. you know so so however, let's begin our reading.
Okay.
So if you want to know about Ramana more, I can drop you a mail, you can go through that. And on the top of that, I'm in a cafe that is found by some of the followers of Adida. He's from US.
Okay.
uh, so yeah, so basically these are my cards.
Hmm.
Can you see?
Yeah, I see.
I think you can't see.
Hmm. Beautiful deck.
One sec. All good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my paintings. So basically this is Crowley tarot. You know Aleister Crowley, right?
Pardon?
Aleister Crowley.
Sorry, what?
Aleister Crowley.
I didn't understand.
Crowley.
Crawley, yes, Crawley.
Crowley.
C
Oh,
Crawley. Yes,
yeah,
the,
Crowley. Yeah.
got
So
it.
basically, what I understood, his understanding is like tantric understanding, what we could see in India.
Hmm.
So I studied his deck and trying the readings out of that. So let's see how it's gonna happen.
Okay.
So I just want you to close your eyes for 5 minutes, so I can just. Yeah, you can open your eyes. Can you say left or right? Say left or right?
Left or right? Oh, just one or the other?
Yeah.
Um, mm, right.
See, I got two cards. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see?
Back it up a little bit. Okay. I see that one. What's the word at the bottom? I can't see the word. Is it
Lust.
love? Love.
Lust. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
And Egg of Cups.
And what is that?
Egg of Cups.
Okay.
So what does this suggesting to me is this? Okay. Right now, there is a kind of understanding which is happening on you, like the sexual energies which you have, you can transfer it into the fountain. I mean, the enlightenment, the awakening,
Into what?
into the awakening.
Awakening, right.
So what does this is egg of cups? You know, it means the fountain, the eternity. So this thing you could transfer it into eternity.
Mm-hmm.
So this understanding is coming to you. I mean, now this kind of, I mean, this thought is basically is appearing inside on you.
Mm-hmm.
That is where you are right now. I
Okay.
mean, that is, you understood that it is possible to transfer um, the sexuality uh, into enlightenment.
Exactly.
So that is something very good, actually.
I wrote a whole book on it.
Cards also suggesting the same.
Yeah.
I want to read your book. Can you send me one copy if you don't mind?
Yeah. Can you do, you can read on ebook?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you can send me one ebook.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So, do you have any questions? Like,
I would love this, actually, I would love your definition of Tantra, and I would love your definition of enlightenment.
so Tantra basically technique, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have done a podcast about that, but it is not yet been published. But however, I'll tell you the, you know, when the beginning, if you start with the Bible, when the beginning, in Bible says it was sound. You understood? Bible start with it was sound.
It was sound.
Yeah, Bible start,
Yeah.
the first thing start with in the Bible, it was
Yeah.
sound. The same thing. I mean, it is sound. The that what is that? That is sound.
Mm-hmm.
It is not like uh, but when the understanding evolved, it is like people started to assume there is a god and sort of stuffs like that. But whatever the reason, whatever it is, let it be that said only. So this sound, we can reach this sound.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this sound could be reached through mantras,
Mm-hmm.
yoga, meditation, uh, organizing the place which we are sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this technique to reach that particular sound through some technique is tantra,
Mm-hmm.
becoming that sound. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you should understand this also very clearly. if you if you know that the spot, the home, you don't have to seek. Okay, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, you don't know what to seek.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that you know it, then you actually don't know.
You need to make that into a t-shirt.
Huh?
You need to make that into a t-shirt, a shirt to wear. That's the
No.
name of your book on enlightenment. That's good.
So yeah, it is actually very simple. Okay, but it is little bit complicated. Why it is seems like complicated? Because of conditioning, ego, that thing, this thing, those things, so many layers of understanding and all the stuffs are there. Because of all those things, we may not be able to understand that properly, but it is very simple.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think in especially Tantra, when it was, first came over in the Western world, uh, I think it was probably authentic then. And then Western society turned it into, it was all about sex and being able to be a great partner and have extended massive orgasms. And so Tantra, the um, the meaning of Tantra changed here. And
No, not only that, that culture bouncing back to India. There are people who want to sell the spiritual products to people.
yeah,
So looking at around, West is the place which peoples will pay more to these kind of things
yeah,
from India.
yeah,
So what is in Indian peoples are now thinking, West is in West, it is Tantra is all about sex. So let us change our Tantra here and
yeah.
sell what West like.
Mhm.
This is a kind of effect. You understood?
Yeah,
A,
yeah, yeah.
a falsified product is bouncing back and selling a falsified product to next generation.
Mhm. And then what about enlightenment? What is your, uh, to you, what does enlightenment mean?
Enlightenment means being into that sound, no?
Hmm.
See, that is called yoga vidya. Okay, you understand that particular sound, that particular sport. It is definitely orgasmic. The orgasm is the way to understand that. You should
Yeah,
understand it's not. See, people can penetrate. Okay, men can penetrate a woman, but very few can penetrate that spot. You
yeah,
know, so
yeah.
that is orgasmic, and that orgasm is nothing but it is enlightenment.
Hmm.
But it is not necessarily need to be physical orgasm, because physical orgasm is not enlightenment. It is
Hmm.
near to, it is a taste of enlightenment, but
Hmm.
there is a difference between physical orgasm, because that is the easiest way that we can convey the words, no, because this is something which is beyond words. And intellectual orgasm also there, another
Yeah,
layer of orgasm, intellectual orgasm. This is that, that is this, world is that, this is this. So there is some kind of orgasm happens in intellectual exercise, that
yeah,
also not enlightenment.
yeah. No,
So
my second, yeah, my second book. So I wrote Autobiography of an Orgasm, and then my second book is called Beyond Orgasm, and
huh.
it was just because you know I was so focused on orgasm, and it was like, oh, what's beyond that? What's even beyond that? What were like what my search was for, and what many's women's search is for, is remembering their bodies. I mean, orgasm is just the body's way to naturally express itself, and what's even beyond that. And yeah, and that to me was connection to divine, connection to source, connection to the sound. Yeah,
See, to understand orgasm, people has to get orgasm also, that also important thing,
yeah.
to understand this is not orgasm, you have to go through orgasm first.
Say it again.
To understand
Yeah,
orgasm, just orgasm is not the enlightenment, you have to
yeah,
go through orgasm first.
yes, yeah,
That is why tantra there is sexuality also there in tantra.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of sexual technique which is being prescribed in tantric test will actually give hectic orgasm,
Mm-hmm.
but the enlightenment lies beyond that, you know.
Yeah. Thank you. Those were good answers.
and
uh,
and also in tantric test it has been medicine usage of herbs also prescribed, you know. Like they smoke ganja sort of things, that also been said in books to go beyond that.
mhm,
Somebody who is seeking beyond actually
mhm,
has to go through all this to go beyond that.
mhm. Yeah.
So taking LSD also not enlightenment. It will give you a kind of this thing, a taste of that. Still, it's beyond.
Mhm. Yeah. Yes, that was definitely in my research and seeking. I went beyond and beyond and beyond. Yeah. And I'm still going there. So can I ask you another question to pull? I love the cards that you pulled. Can I
Mhm.
ask you a question to pull
Yeah,
cards for?
yeah.
Because this is a theme that comes up over and over again, and I'm so curious.
Okay.
Um, is there going to be a relationship, a man, a partnership in the rest of this lifetime for me? You're so, oh, that's so interesting. Huh.
Love.
Well, it's so because every every single psychic astrologer reading I've had, there's no love in there's no partnership, there's no so that's interesting. That's good. You said, yeah, it's not going to happen in this lifetime. So, okay, I'll take that.
It's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I'm in such a good place with myself.
Uh huh.
Oh, yeah. That yeah, I mean, I've created this love story for my own life without a partner at this point. So, but it's a theme that for this next book that I'm doing, Chasing Temples, is at first after my divorce, I was like chasing another relationship. Like that was what being in a relationship, with the masculine, feminine, family, that had to look like that. And all of these, signs and messages I was getting was like, nope, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And the good part of that is that I, have come into this incredible relationship with myself. So
Yeah, that's great.
yeah, and not seeking a partner to, and this is a big thing with women especially women, but men too, who've read my books or I've worked with, is in the Western culture, we're always, if somebody is not experiencing orgasm, and I'm not talking about spirituality or tantra right now. I'm talking about being able to feel good in their body, during sex. Uh, we're looking for someone else to give it to us. We're looking for a man to give it to us. We're looking for or a teacher to teach us, when in the end it's us to claim for ourselves. I'm the expert on my body. I kept being told, oh, go to this expert, go to this, they'll know, they can take you there. And it was like, no, I need to know my own body. I need to understand my own body. And that in the Western culture, they make a lot of money off of telling women and men that somebody else is the expert on their body, and we're not.
Yeah, I mean, being orgasmic is good, no?
Well, yeah, I mean, I especially in a world where, one in three women and men too have experienced some sort of abuse against their body. A lot of us walked around for a long time not feeling good in our body. So being orgasmic is good because that means we feel good in our body. And from that place, we're going to express ourselves in a much, balanced, healthier way versus walking around feeling like I'm a victim, I don't feel safe. We need people to feel in their body, really in their cells of their body versus being closed down. So yeah, being orgasmic is needed.
See, there is a tantric textbook, okay, that is called Soundrya Lahari. This is actually talking about, I I I think I have told you about this. It's about the uh, relationship actually. Basically, it talks about how the orgasm is working really when the Shiva and Shakti comes together. What and all
Yeah.
happens? There is lot of things has to be cancel each other. Men and woman to be become together. I mean, that particular point, no, the men and woman comes together and they become union. In that
Mhm.
particular point there is lot of understanding has to be cancelled. So this
Mhm.
thing is been spoken in the textbook called the Soundrya Lahari. So this is there are 101 verses are there in this particular textbook Soundrya Lahari. uh, yeah, if you are interested we could start that. I also want to make an audio form of the Soundrya Lahari so that people can understand what is this tantra. uh,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, yes, but because like I said, I think the essence of it has not crossed over. The original essence of it has not crossed over into Western culture in, maybe the purest way that it's meant to be. We are all, it's
No,
all.
it is not like a purest way or whatever. It's like human experience. They got some kind of experience. That is
Yeah,
why they have written it. No, it is not like it comes from sky. They got some experience and they said these are the ways to get into that experience. So being orgasmic also is the part of that.
yeah, yes. Well, thank you. I was so impressed with your, and I'll direct people to your website, to the cards you pulled for the world, for India, for the U.S., for Russia around COVID right now. It was such an interesting reading, and I feel like spot on. And I think in times like this, you know, something, going to a reader like you can be very helpful when life isn't making sense in our, head. And we can go and kind of get grounded in, okay, so I'm seeing this bigger picture and this is what's happening. I thought your reading for COVID in the world was really spot on.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see about love for me. So we'll see in partnership. So thank you so much.
uh, Anything else? Any other question?
No, I feel no, I really enjoyed this and thank you.
So if you have time, I mean, we can start talking about that textbook which told you. Like, we can make it as audiobook.
Yeah. Can you email me the info?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you for joining me. And you want to say something to people?
Oh,
No. One thing I want to know about your this thing. No, you have some yoga. Yoga. What is that? You're offering something online. You're
say it
teaching.
again.
Uh, jo. one some kind of wild dance or sort of stuff you're teaching, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, I do Koya,
Okay.
Qoya. And it's a combination of dance and yoga. And it was created by a woman named Rochelle Sheik, maybe 12 plus years ago, but it was really something that she, lived in her lifetime as a dancer and yogini, and traveling the world, like searching for ways to be in your body. And what I love about Koya is there's no way to do it wrong. There are no levels. And so in yoga, you're not as focused on doing poses that look perfect, but you're looking for the place in the movement that feels good. Because for so many women, especially, we have lost connection to feeling good in our body and doing the movements that feel good. Especially in the Western world, we learn to move in a way that we think looks good for somebody else, that we're moving for our husband or our partner, or at church we're moving a whole different way to not take up space. And so Koya, to me, is it kind of liberates all of patterns and judgments, and shedding old stories about my body. And I always love, after a Koya class, it's just like I feel more like myself. And but it's not following. If you're in a Koya class, there might be 30 women, and they're not following. I might be giving them a gentle guide as to what we're doing, but every woman in the room will be moving differently. Because we are all showing up, I might have had a really good morning this morning, so I might be moving, really open. And a friend might have just lost, her cat and is sad. And so she's moving with that sadness. So it's allowing a person to show up as they are and move with that authenticity of where they are at the moment, and looking for the places in the movements that feel good in their bodies, and then trying to find any way to make it feel even better. So we just need a lot more, especially women, walking around in the world feeling really good in their bodies. And that's what Koya does. You can look it up at koya.love, Qoya.love. We do retreats all over the world. There's a wonderful Koya teacher based in Delhi. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe we can have a talk about that later.
Yeah.